I ended up going into an emergency C-section because we lost Ashton's heart rate. It went down, which can happen with a contraction, but then it comes back up. Well, it wasn't coming back up.
All right, you guys, what's up? Welcome back to Our Life in Holland. We actually have a very special shout out. We feel like we should probably start today's video with this shout out. We are going to wish a very special someone out there a happy birthday. So, Alex Rufo from Boston, Massachusetts, we want to wish you a very happy birthday from Our Life in Holland to you on such a special day. Thank you so much for watching. And a very special someone who loves you, who's very close to you, wrote us an email and asked if we would give a quick shout out because it's your special day, and we thought, hey, why not? What a fun opportunity for us to do something that she thinks would be meaningful to you. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alex. Thank you so much for being supportive of our YouTube channel. What's up, everybody? I took Ava to swimming lessons this morning. She was super excited because Dad got to come, and she showed off all her skills. She's doing so awesome. I'm so excited because she's already remembering everything she learned last year. They're gonna be able to focus a lot of time on teaching her strokes. So I cannot wait to see what comes of the 2 or 3 weeks that she does swimming lessons. But while I was at swimming lessons, I got a phone call from my darling sister, Stephanie, who lives really close to me. I'm super close to her, and I haven't seen her in a little while. I don't know if any of you have noticed she hasn't been on any of our vlogs because she is 38 weeks pregnant. She's about to have a baby, and it's a crazy time right now with COVID, and she can only have one person with her at the hospital. She and her husband both have to be tested for COVID before they go in to have the baby to make sure that they don't have it. And if they do have it, then they'll have to be worried about their brand new baby. So for the last 3-4 weeks or so, I haven't been able to see her because we don't want to take the chance of giving her COVID. I think in children especially, they can be asymptomatic, and I would hate to think that we spread anything to her family. So I haven't been able to see her. I've missed her so much. I got a phone call from her saying, Lindsay, I think I might be having my baby today. Can you watch Penny, my cute little niece? I said, of course. I drove straight there, helped her get all of her things ready for the hospital, got her house cleaned up because these things happen without any warning. We're not prepared for them. Got Penny all packed up to come spend the night at my house. So we've had Penny all day long. It's been so fun. We've missed her so much. In fact, the first thing Ava said was, I haven't seen her in so long. And she keeps talking about how she wants to pretend that she's her baby sister. She has been like such a little mama. It's been the cutest thing. She just wants to do everything for her. And cute little Penny just follows Ava everywhere. It's the cutest thing. So anyway, I've been super busy doing all of that today. I'm so excited for my sister. Turns out she's not having her baby today, which I think she's a little bit relieved about, but it was just a little preview of hopefully what we get to do in the next week or two. It got me so excited to have another niece, a brand new little newborn. She's having another baby girl, and my mom is on her way from Arizona. She's leaving in the morning, driving up here. I'm actually in the process of trying to find some good resources for some freezer meals. I think it is so helpful when you have a new baby to not have to think about dinner. So if you have any good resources for me, some great freezer meals that you love, please comment down below. So my sister's just leaving the hospital. They're going to get some food. They're starving. They haven't eaten all day. So we're just having a little fun in the backyard with the baby pool with Penny and Ava. So send over some well wishes for my darling sister who's having a baby at kind of a crazy time. And shout out to all of you other moms who are doing the same thing. It is definitely a crazy time to be having a baby. Oh my gosh. Penny, what's her name? What's the doggy's name? Is that what the doggy says? Can you say Abel? Penny calls Annabelle Abel.
Oh, you like your food?
Ava went all the way down to the basement and got this little slide for cute Penny. Woo!
Penny, do it again! Watch me! With the tiny slide!
She's on camera.
Where's Penny? Peekaboo! Ava, you're such a sweet little cousin. Ava told me today that she's pretending she's her baby sister.
Yay!
These two are gonna ride scooters in their jammies.
In our fancy shoes.
Okay guys, today having my sister possibly go in to have her baby during all of this crazy COVID thing kind of brought back a ton of memories of us and having all of our babies, and I realized that that is a part of our story that we have not told. So we thought that we would just talk a little bit about our experience.
The stressful experiences we've had bringing children into this world.
So having the twins was a very unique experience, and it started off a couple weeks before Christmas. I was 28 weeks along, which as you all know, 40 weeks is full term, so I was very, very, very preterm. And Justin was at a football game in New Mexico with a buddy because I was nowhere near having a baby.
It's a bowl game, yeah.
And I was downtown with Justin's family and my water broke. So obviously it took me by surprise. Justin's out of town. It was a little bit crazy there for a minute. So I went to the hospital, and long story short, I spent an entire month in the hospital on bed rest with a monitor on each baby. I got one wheelchair ride a day. And to be honest with you, that was a miracle in and of itself, because when your water breaks, your chances of going into labor
Are really high.
You go into labor within the next few days, up to a week. With twins, the chances are even higher. And obviously we wanted to keep them in there as long as we could to help their lungs develop and everything, you know, for them to gain weight, do everything that they're supposed to be doing in there. So we were super, super grateful for that extra month that we got to keep them in there. And kind of crazy. So we spent Christmas morning in the hospital, and cute little Turin opened up his presents. Justin and Turin came and slept over with me in the hospital. That was one of the hardest parts too, is that
we were just so surprised Santa actually knew where we were.
It's true. He found us. That was one of the hardest parts though, was being away from my family during Christmas time, leaving cute little Turin. You know, I had to be in the hospital for an entire month, and my little 2-year-old was at home with Dad. So
I was too.
Not you, Peanut.
So I was almost 33 weeks, and my body went into labor, and they were kind of just waiting to see, because I couldn't actually go into labor. Ashton was breech, and it was not a safe situation. It's called vasoprevia. I had to have a C-section, but they were kind of waiting to make sure that I was really going into labor, waiting for my doctor to come. My doctor got a flat tire, and I ended up going into an emergency C-section because we lost Ashton's heart rate. It went down, which can happen with a contraction, but then it comes back up. Well, it wasn't coming back up. And they were, I mean, it was an emergency situation.
It was pandemonium.
We were trying to do everything they could to try to get his heart rate to come back. Well, next thing you know, all the nurses were flooding the room, and then they were running me down the hallway, running my bed into the walls because it was such a panic situation. And I was going to have to be put out because in an emergency, they don't have time to give you a spinal. So Justin wasn't going to be allowed to be in the room. It was a very, very scary situation, actually a very spiritual situation, kind of had a unique spiritual experience with all of that. But again, by some miracle, his heart rate came back up. I was able to get a spinal. Justin was able to come into the room, and they were born 1 minute apart. So grateful that they got here happy and healthy. And then they were in the NICU for another month. And we were going back and forth because the hospital was not close to home.
45 minutes away.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was a very, very crazy, crazy time. That's basically the short version of it. But It was a stressful time. It was a hard time, but at the same time, I look back, you know, with gratitude for the experiences that we had and for, you know, the fact that they got here safely and that we experienced the miracles that we did. So it just kind of brought back all of those memories today. You know, giving birth can be a beautiful and yet a very stressful time. So my heart goes out to all of you who are having babies right now during COVID and during all this crazy stuff. And to any of you who have been through some difficult things, bringing children into this world is...
You women are tough.
...is not for the faint of heart. So shout out to all you parents out there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for following our story. This was just another little tidbit of our story. And I know that all of you have so many great stories too. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. I love how this has been such a great way to connect with other people. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you guys.